Now, as someone who spent quite a bit of her career on Wall Street, I completely understand the conversation of ROI. Why invest in our people in this way? Why make this investment? What is the return? And what I typically say when I get asked that question, whether it be, the CHRO or the chief people officer, somewhere someone's got to ask the chief financial officer for money, right? This is not quantitative. That's obvious. Anytime we do work on people where we are giving them a new set of skills, the return isn't necessarily clear or clear cut. But in this case, if they're not learning to create pivot tables or to program or code, some new software, this is internal to each person. And giving them these skills is bettering them as human beings. It's bettering them as leaders of their own lives. It's helping them connect more to meaning so that when they show up at work, they are happier or more fulfilled. Not everything is going to be rose-colored all the time. No, because there will still be hardships and adversities in all of your employees' lives, of course. But the way that they manage hardships, the way that they manage conflict, the way that they deal with something negative happening at home and then show up at work and still be able to be grounded and centered in who they are rather than carrying that negativity with them or projecting it onto someone else in the workplace. Things like gossip are vastly reduced when people go through this kind of training. People learn that emotionally, they don't need to dump their stuff on everybody else in order to feel better, that they just need to be present with their own emotions. And yet, that sounds so mundane and so fundamental, but most people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to be present because they have never learned what it actually means or how to go about doing so, right? So I always say when I get asked the ROI question, what are you preventing? What are you progressing, or what are you improving by making this investment? That's the better question than what's the return. The return, you can talk about that a few months down the road after people have started to gain these skills and these practices have been put into place in each person's life. But in the meantime, are you preventing stress, anxiety, and burnout for your employees that report into the leaders that are taking part in this program? Are you progressing the team dynamics, the interpersonal communication skills amongst leaders or managers and their direct reports, or vice versa? Are you improving overall company culture? Are you improving client relationships because your people or your salespeople now show up more authentically in their dealings with those clients? Your customer service people are more compassionate in their dealings with those clients. Are you improving culture overall, revenue opportunity overall? Ultimately, improving the company and improving loyalty to the company.